Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going over Be Here Now, the 1997 release from Oasis, their third album. Now, this album, it's not grown on me, and we'll get into that. But first, while they were recording this album, Oasis were at their peak. In fact, they were recording this album while What's the Story, Morning Glory was still in the charts. You know, they went straight back into the studio, which Noel says was a huge mistake. And nobody had told them to just take a year off, you know. But they went back into the studio. They were doing a plethora of drugs. So much so they got kicked out of... Was it Abbey Road? I think they got kicked out of Abbey Road Studios. Or it might have been a different studio. But I know they got kicked out of one of them for being too loud and too messy and noisy. And all of that reflects on this album, which we'll get into in the song section. But this album hasn't really grown on me. And if I did an Oasis album ranking, it'd be near the bottom. And it's really unfortunate. So there are some fantastic songs on this album. Some of the best Oasis songs are on this album. But also some of the worst Oasis songs are on this album. And the biggest problem with this album is a problem that Noel Gallagher himself admits it, and a lot of Oasis fans have, is that some of the songs go on for like 8-9 minutes long, 7 minutes long, and it's just too long. You know, some of them don't need to be on that, going on that long. And I would definitely recommend going whatever streaming service or YouTube you use. You should look up the deluxe edition for the 2016 release, and that's got all the singles and B-sides that were released coinciding with this album. And you'll find some amazing songs that it blows my swear word mind that didn't make it on the album. Flashbacks has this fantastic whistle solo. It sort of builds up, and then it building up towards a guitar solo, but it's whistling and it just sounds spectacular. And the B-side to the single All Around the World was Fame, or The Fame, which is one of Noel's best songs. The way he sings it is spectacular, and the guitars are superb. There's a song called My Sister Lover, and there's just a ton of fantastic songs that are so much better than the songs that we actually got on this album. Now, this album is also known as the album that killed britpop, because although it sold very well, it didn't do the sort of numbers the last album or the album before did. And, you know, some people would consider that killing britpop, but I don't know about that one. So let's talk about the looks. So, the looks of this album, I love this album cover, I think it's iconic. There's loads of different Easter eggs all over it. But the main one that's really cool. So you see the number plate on the Rolls Royce in the pool. Hopefully you can see that. It says SY0724F, which is the same number plate on the taxi cab on the Beatles Abbey Road cover, which is really cool. It's just a nod to their favourite band. And while recording this, they would sit and listen to the Beatles stuff all day, or all recording session, just to get some, inspiration. I love this inner picture as well of the band with Liam on the floor, and of course all their stuff for touring, which is just great. There's not much more to see, but I love I think it's a plane. Yeah, so the plane on the back here, you can see in the top left, is the plane they used on the Japanese release for Don't Go Away. So Don't Go Away was released in Japan as a single, and it had some fantastic B-sides on it that were never released anywhere else. One of those B-sides is a version of Fade Away called the War Child version. And on that version, Noel Gallagher sings lead vocals, Liam Gallagher sings backup vocals, Johnny Depp plays guitar and slide guitar, and I think it's Kate Moss is also on the track. She sings at the end. Now, it was only ever released as a B-side in Japan, but This is my Oasis mixtape. This is a record I had made personally, and I have the War Child version on vinyl. I had it made. This is one of my prized possessions, one of my favourite records. I'll just go over it now. Why not? It also has the acoustic version of Live Forever. That's the opening track on this. That was, it wasn't really released, but it's always been online. And then they used it for the Supersonic documentary. I love, obviously, my favourite song. So I had to get Noel's acoustic version. And then there's a demo version of Married with Children from their first album, which is fantastic. And then there's the MTV Unplugged version of Sunday Morning Cool on this, because I've always loved Sunday Morning Cool, which is on their next album. We'll get into that. But funnily enough, Noel Gallagher hates Sunday Morning Cool. He stopped it being released on the Best of Oasis album in the late 2000s, which is hilarious because I thought it was brilliant. And it ends with a live version of the Master Plan. Just quickly going over that. But yeah, let's talk about the songs on this album, shall we? So this album kicks off with Do You Know What I Mean, which has this fantastic Morse code at the beginning. The Morse code actually means I love pork pies, but I thought that was funny. The guitars are great, the lyrics are fantastic, and Liam Gallagher's vocals are stunning. This was the peak of his vocal range, at least during the Oasis years, and he just absolutely smashes the vocals. It's such an epic song, and it always makes me feel better. It's one of those songs, like the Queen song, The Show Must Go On, that just really gets you in the mood, really helps you, if you're feeling a bit down, you'll put it on, and it just makes you feel good. The second song, My Big Mouth, goes really punk-esque, and it's again, so the first song is about 7 minutes long, and then this song again, I swear it's about 6 minutes long, but it's very, very heavy and punky and chaotic, and Liam Gallagher's vocals are just fantastic. They sort of explode at you through the microphone, through the speakers. And then the third song, Magic Pie, which is one of the songs that the lyrics are great. I love the lyrics about losing friends and getting older, but it goes on it's a 7-minute song, almost 8 minutes, and then there's a bit of accordion at the end, and it's just like, end the song. It doesn't need to be that long. And Noel Gallagher he won't play any songs from this album live. Stand By Me, one of the best Oasis songs. The chorus is what makes it, the whole song is brilliant, but the chorus with Liam singing, Stand By Me, Nobody Knows the Way It's Gonna Be. It's just brilliant. I love the music video as well, but it's another one of those songs that can make you feel better. I fucking love it. I Hope I Think I Know, which Liam Gallagher kills the vocals, and I love the lyrics about someone stealing your crown, and I think it's a breakup song where essentially your life doesn't matter anymore because I'm not part of it and I'm moving on. That's fantastic. The Girl in the Dirty Shirt, one of the best Oasis songs, one of the most underrated Oasis songs. I love the lyrics about someone being trapped in a bubble and having to find their own way out. But if you're in trouble, I'm going to come and help you. I fucking love the song. I'm swearing today. I don't know why I'm swearing today. Side 3, Fade In and Out. Another one of those songs that just goes on for way too long. And to be honest with you, it's one of the worst Oasis songs. And the songs I spoke about earlier that didn't make it on the album are so much better than songs like Magic Pie and Fade In and Out. And then Don't Go Away. One of the most beautiful songs ever made, in my opinion. Liam Gallagher's melodic vocal range on the song really adds something, It's the same with most, if not all, Oasis. It's like, yeah, Noel Gallagher can sing, and he can sing pretty well, but he doesn't sound that unique, His voice isn't something you come back to because it's different. Whereas Liam Gallagher is completely unique, and he adds something to these songs that makes them so swear word good. And again with Don't Go Away, I love the lyrics. So don't go away, say what you say that you'll stay forever and a day, 'cause I need more time, yes I need more time, just to make things right. Damn my situation and the games I have to play, with all the things caught in my mind. Just love it. It's absolutely brilliant. Be Here Now, which has the whistling on the chorus. It's a really upbeat, loud and happy song, and I adore the song. I think it's brilliant. All Around the World, where Oasis tried to do a bit of a Hey Jude moment, but instead of going la, 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 it's sort of, well, it's the same sort of thing, but it just goes on and on and on, and you can hear, they played it in the Oasis Supersonic documentary. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. There's a there's a shorter version, is what I'm trying to say. That's so much better. And then It's Getting Better Man. It's Getting Better Man. It's a really good song. Like, the lyrics are great, the vocals are great, and the guitars are great. But it's 7 minutes, 8 minutes long. Or it's, I don't know, it might be about 6 minutes long. It's still too long. And by that point, you're listening to this album, and as much as I love Oasis, I just want it to end, you know? And then there's a beautiful reprise of All Around the World. In conclusion, so in summary, I mean, I've pretty much said everything, but it's just way too long and clunky and bulky for an album. And some of the songs I could really pass on, and they would do so much better on their next album. Now, after this album came out, I think it was Noel Gallagher first, who realised that they had to stop doing drugs and drinking all the alcohol. And he went to Liam and said, you know, we need to button up a bit, and we need to stop being so chaotic. And he hoped it'd stop all the arguments as well, which it didn't. But that's why their next album, Sotsog, Standing on the Shoulder of Giants, you know, that's all about relapsing and dealing with letting drugs go and addiction and all this stuff. Now, quickly, I was going to give it its own video, but I'm not going to. So I just want to talk about this album. So, past two videos, this one and the last one, you would have heard me said that their B-sides get thrown away. And this is proof of that. They released this album because they knew that their B-sides were so good that they had to. Especially the title track, The Master Plan. Noel Gallagher, while recording the last album, it's not Owen Morris, it might be Owen Morris. Owen Morris went to Noel Gallagher, he's their producer, and said, we need a B-side for this song, can you write one? And he goes and writes The Master Plan. And then when he takes it to Owen Morris, Owen's like, well, this is brilliant, this can't be a B-side, this is amazing. But yeah, it was just thrown away as a B-side. And then after the fact, they realised they had to release it. So Aquarius, where Noel Gallagher handles the chorus and Liam Gallagher handles the vocals, is just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I love the fact that Liam Gallagher never actually learnt the second verse to play live. So Liam Gallagher, when they were doing live shows, he'd only sing the first verse, and then Noel Gallagher would take the rest of the song. Underneath the Sky, one of Liam Gallagher's best vocal performances. Talk Tonight, amazing lyrics. Going Nowhere, one of the most underrated Oasis songs. I won't go over all of it, but Half the World Away, one of my all-time favourite songs. And I saw Noel Gallagher live, I should mention that actually, in 2018, September 2018, I'm getting old. But I saw him live. Paul Weller from The Jam opened up for Noel Gallagher, and I saw them both live, and it's one of the best nights of my life. And once Noel Gallagher had finished his set, Paul Weller came back on, and they sang a duet of the Beatles song, All You Need Is Love. I was just in heaven. But Half the World Away, he sang that live, and it's amazing. A Rocking Chair, one of the best Oasis songs, and one of the best Liam Gallagher vocal performances. It's Good to Be Free, amazing. Head Shrinker, real Sex Pistols punk rock, brilliant. And The Master Plan is just astonishing of a song. But yeah, thanks for watching. Join me next time where we go over Sotsog. Let me know what you think about the two albums I've spoken about today, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone.